There is nothing that can take the pain away, but eventually you will find a way to live with it. The world can be such an unfair and cruel place, but it's also filled with so much beauty. You just have to be willing to see it. Value loyalty above all else. Betrayal is the only sin that cannot be forgiven. Revenge isn't a passion. It's a disease. It eats at your mind until you become something you're not. You can't judge a life by the things you've lost. You judge it by what you found in the ruins. There's nothing wrong with being afraid. Fear is just the price we pay for courage. I'm a criminal, but I prefer to think of myself as an artist. The canvas just happens to be the world. The line between good and evil runs through every human heart. The concept of control is a myth. We never control anything. We only negotiate with chaos. Never trust a man who doesn't own a suit or a book. The only thing more dangerous than a lie is the truth told at the wrong time. When life gives you lemons, squeeze them in your enemy's eyes. You want to know the secret to survival? Adapt. Even a shark dies if it stops moving. Love is weakness, and yet it's the only thing that ever saved me. Peace is not the absence of danger, it's the presence of purpose. Every criminal has a reason, and every saint has a secret. Time is the only true currency. Spend it wisely, because you can never earn it back. You'll be amazed at how freeing it is to know the world owes you nothing. Regret is the most useless of emotions. It doesn't change what's been done. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past. It teaches you to carry it without breaking. I'm not sentimental about much, but when I find something real in this world, I hold on with both hands. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled wasn't convincing the world he didn't exist. It was convincing us that we couldn't be him. You can't judge a person by the life they were forced to live, only by the choices they made once they had one. Sometimes, the truth doesn't set you free. It just changes the kind of cage you're in. Faith doesn't mean you stop feeling afraid. It means you walk forward anyway. Every man has a line he swears he'll never cross, until someone he loves is on the other side. Justice isn't clean. You don't get to fight evil without getting your hands dirty. I've learned that the most dangerous place to live is in the past. How do you forgive someone who destroyed your life by trying to protect it? You think power is about control. It's not. It's about leverage and knowing when to let go. Sometimes the greatest strength is refusing to hate. When you've done terrible things, redemption isn't a goal. It's a process that never ends. Never let anyone convince you that morality is simple. It's a chessboard, not a coin. The hardest part of growing up is realizing your heroes were just human. Most people want peace, but they don't want the truth that comes with it. I've killed people, betrayed friends, and lost family, but I've never stopped believing in love. That's my curse. You can forgive without forgetting. That's how you keep both peace and wisdom. The world doesn't reward good intentions. It rewards results. You chase monsters long enough, and you forget what it felt like to be human. There's no greater con than convincing yourself you're beyond redemption. You can't control loyalty. You can only earn it, and pray you never lose it. If you want to understand people, don't listen to their words. Watch their choices. The right path rarely feels right when you're walking it. The most dangerous truth is the one you whisper to yourself when no one's listening. We all wear masks. Some we put on to hide, others to survive. The world isn't divided into good and bad people. It's divided into people who are honest about which they are. The greatest illusion is thinking you're in control. The second greatest is believing you should be. Sometimes the people who love us the most are the ones who hurt us the deepest, because they're close enough to reach the places no one else can. There's no peace without pain, no truth without sacrifice, and no love without risk. Do not confuse silence for weakness. Still water cuts the deepest stone. You want to know why I never look back? Because regret has the worst view. You can't chase justice without losing pieces of yourself along the way. I prefer reality to morality. It's less hypocritical. I've seen men die for money, for pride, for God. But the most foolish deaths I've seen were for ego. Forgiveness doesn't absolve the sinner. It frees the soul of the forgiver. If the heart stays kind, the world can't make you cruel. Never underestimate the power of kindness. It's the rarest form of manipulation. I spent my whole life trying to understand him, only to realize I was becoming him. There's beauty in destruction. It means something new can be built. Rules matter until they don't. Then, it's just conscience and consequence. The secret to a long life? Stay curious and never let fear become your compass. Everyone wants the truth until it demands payment. The truth doesn't heal you. It changes you. Sometimes that's worse. Revenge is like swallowing poison and waiting for the other man to die. You don't need to win every battle, just the ones that matter. If you're not willing to get blood on your hands, don't pretend to hold a crown. Hope is the most dangerous drug of all, and I'm a man who knows his narcotics. You can't go back to who you were once you've seen the world as it really is. There's no greater freedom than not needing anyone's permission to be yourself. I once told a man the key to happiness was acceptance. He didn't believe me. He's miserable now. You can survive anything if you learn to smile through the smoke. I wanted to destroy him, and in doing so, I became everything I hated. The most valuable thing you can give another person is your attention. It's rarer than love and costs more than gold. Truth without compassion is cruelty dressed as honesty. People say time heals all wounds. It doesn't. It just teaches you how to hide the scars. Fear is a wonderful motivator, but a terrible master. You think you know what you'd do in someone else's shoes until you're standing in the same blood. If you must lie, lie with style. A well-told lie is often kinder than a careless truth. If you wish for peace, stop feeding your anger more than your faith. I've spent my life dancing with danger. The trick is to never fall in love with the music. Justice isn't a destination. It's a decision you keep making, even when it hurts. You can't negotiate with the past. You can only pay it respect and move on. Some people collect stamps. Others collect secrets. Both say something about loneliness. Maybe the truth isn't meant to make sense. Maybe it's just meant to be lived. You don't really know someone until you see what they do when the gun isn't pointed at them. Morality is just the story we tell ourselves to sleep at night. Peace begins where pride ends. There's no art to hiding pain, only to hiding it beautifully. I've learned to stop apologizing for who I am. The world made me this way. I simply perfected the design. You can't always tell heroes from villains. Sometimes you only see the difference when the dust settles. If you want to be remembered, tell the truth once in a while. It shocks people into listening. Betrayal hurts less when you stop expecting loyalty from the unworthy. Even in darkness, there are people who choose to be light. Follow them.